Hi, I'm Big Mama, and welcome to Jam Hot Radio.
Hey guys, welcome back to Jam Hot Radio. I am so excited to be here with Melanie Verdi. How are you?
I am doing extremely well now that I'm here.
I'm so excited. You guys, sorry not to cut you off, but Lancaster has a new beautiful gem in our town, and it's probably the best kept secret. So I'm so excited to have you here.
Thank you for having
Big Mama Music and the Velvet Martinis.
me. That is us.
It's such a sight. Okay, so we're gonna get into it. I'm gonna ask a question. I ask everyone, name an album that everybody should have in their collection and why.
That's an excellent question.
Hard one.
And it's a hard one. And when I started doing music, I did gospel. That's the first thing I did. Then I went into rock and roll, and then I went into blues, and then I did jazz. So for me to answer that question, it
depends on the day, probably.
It does. Right now, I'm listening to some Miles Davis, Kind of Blues. Came out in 1959.
Yes.
And when that came out, it was revolutionary because before that, jazz music was all about chord progressions. But the Kind of Blues was all about just modulations. And I'm listening to that now. And I would like, if you're going to start in jazz, I think that would be a great album to start with.
You heard it here first. I love that. I love that. And Miles Davis is just a genius.
Right.
Love. Okay, so you've been singing since age 7. Started young.
Yes.
Tell me more about how you got your start. What were you influenced by? How did you know that you wanted to sing?
7 years old. Wow, seems like just yesterday. Music for me is emotion. It's an art form for me. I started at 7 years old in churches, and I used to sing and be around choruses where the rafters would come off because there was so much emotion in that room. And I learned about emotion. I learned that a song isn't a song unless you put your feeling into it. And I started with that, and then I moved progressively and went into one of the things, sometimes in life we'll call it opportunities. So in high school, they had the Wizard of Oz, and they were doing auditions for Wizard of Oz, and I said to myself, I would like to do Dorothy. And I auditioned for Dorothy, sang Somewhere Over the Rainbow. I looked at the list, and I didn't get it. I know. And I was devastated. But I got makeup. And how that is important at that time was I learned makeup. I learned things about backstage. I learned about blocking and format and pauses. And that, to me, I learned more than that than I would have learned just singing a song.
On stage, yeah.
Then with that, I was so upset that I didn't get the part. I worked harder. I sang and sang and sang and sang, and really
it lit a fire.
It lit a
fire
into me. And then years later, I worked in cover bands, worked a blues circuit, did some jazz, did some rock and roll. I tried to do it all to expand, my abilities.
Right.
So right now, I'm focusing on jazz right now, and I do some funk on the side.
Yeah.
But right now, I'm into the jazz right now.
Thank you. Yeah, I love that.
Thank you.
So, speaking of which, when you come to a Big Mama show, it's an experience. This is a reoccurring topic that I've had lately with some fellow creatives, and that is you're not just performing. You're not just singing.
Right.
It is a full from start to finish when the audience walks into that place.
Right.
It's just the atmosphere that you're setting with your jazz club. It's beautiful. There's costumes.
Right.
Like, you're just such a bright light. So
Thank you.
let's share with our friends what that's like for you. And you're so dedicated to that craft. Why do you go the extra mile in your shows?
Thank you.
Yeah,
And,
it shows, and I love it.
Well, years ago, I started playing in just regular bars, and I noticed that people would come out, you'd sing the song, and people would go home. And then I just started to say, okay, well, what happens if I incorporate some dresses? What if I incorporate a show to it? What happens if I add drama to it? And people got it. So instead of, I would perform for one person, almost 100 people to 200 people, and provide them with a show. And that would mean as soon as the show gets started, I have vintage clothing on. If I'm going to sing 1920s, I have the dress. I have the mood. I am Ella Fitzgerald in a sense. And then when I do Nina Simone, and she's very somber and just her emotion, and then I try to dress the part to that. So everything I do, I try to incorporate it.
I just got chills. You transport us back in time. They don't make music like they used to.
And I like a guitar player, a drummer. I learn my craft. I study it. I study it because it's really, really important. And I convey that to the audience. So when they walk away, they said, I may have not have been around with Ella Fitzgerald, but I think I get it.
Yeah.
I get the mood. So that's what I do. And it's the emotion. And not only that, with my costumes, I make sure, because I'm an artist, I love art.
Yeah.
I believe that what I wear, it's art. When you put on clothing, when you put on hair, when you put on jewelry, whatever you do, to me it's art. And that's important.
It's a direct reflection of your art too.
Yeah. So it's a blank canvas that I do, and I just add to it. So,
yeah, I love that. It's inspiring too.
Thank you.
Especially for the younger generations who are, trying to branch out and try something new.
Right.
You're doing something different, and you're showing people it's okay to think outside the box.
Exactly.
Well, we encourage it around these parts. So I love to see it. Now, you're a fellow mama, born entertainer while being a mother. You have 2 kids, right?
I have 2 kids.
Okay. So what was that like growing up being an entertainer and being a mother? This is kind of a 2-parter. What advice do you have for other mothers who, it is so hard to balance.
It is.
I'm a juggling master. You don't ever want to compromise or give up your passions.
Right.
But then you add more passions with becoming a mother.
You do.
So how does that look?
When I started doing music, my kids were at a small age, and it was hard. And I would shuffle them here. I remember some of my gigs; they would be behind stage while they're doing homework.
Right.
And our normal life probably isn't normal for other people. And my kids grew up around this, so this was normal to them.
Yeah.
But I think as a mom with my kids growing up, the one thing I learned is balance. When I'm with my kids, I'm in the moment with my kids, and that is so important. You're right in the moment. And then once that is accomplished, then you move on to the next task. So you break up your day or your life into segments, but you have to be in that moment.
Right, present with them.
Yeah, and both of my kids are grown and they have their kids, and I've asked them that question. I said, how was it, being raised, by me? And sometimes I was a single parent, and both of my kids have said, you did well. And what we liked is there was always something going on at the house. We had musicians coming in, we had musicians going on, and he said there was always something going on in our house.
It makes me emotional because I'm a mom and I didn't think I was going to do this.
I know, but
it's so special. It's so special to expose them to that.
Oh yeah, and I thought I was horrible. I was like, oh my God, my kids.
Well, yeah, because you're like, you feel guilty for leaving them, but when you leave them, you're showing them what it looks like to live your dreams.
Right.
You're showing them what hard work looks like. And now that it's such a beautiful thing, you can reflect with them, and they say, or all of those years that you maybe question yourself, you can say, they loved it.
They loved it.
And they were exposed to a different way of living and thinking, and now they probably carry that into their parenthood too.
Absolutely. And my daughter has complimented me numerous times and said, I don't know how you did it. I don't know how you did it. And so
it's a special thing.
Right.
It's a special thing, and it encourages the younger generation to keep dreaming. So thank you for that.
You're welcome.
Thank you for that.
I know.
Whew, the Pisces in me just came out.
I know. I'm like, oh no, we're about to have a moment.
We do it. Such a mom. So mom of me. But awesome. I love that. So what made you fall in love? You've been in Lancaster for about 2 years now.
Right.
What made you fall in love with the music scene as much as I love it? And I would love to talk about your upcoming show at Mulberry Arts Studio.
Yeah, it's incredible. This area, Central Pennsylvania, and the musicians. I first of all, I want to thank anyone that's a musician out there. I want to thank them very much, just for being a part of it. It's an incredible group of people. I have met incredible there would be a laundry list of people
Right.
that I met.
I know.
And what I like about this area, it's all about everybody helping each other. I mean, you get connected with this person, and this person will connect you with this person. I've talked to vocalists. I've talked to it's a great environment. And if you're starting out, this would be an environment I would recommend.
Yeah, it's encouraging.
It's very encouraging. And to cut your teeth here for a young musician, this would be the place. And here's the word again, opportunity. There's a lot of opportunities in this community.
That's why I love Lancaster so much. It's encouraging, and people do come together.
They do.
For not only just for the sake of loving music, but a lot of times there are good causes involved. There are things that we're giving back, too. And it's
that is May 13th. That's going to be Saturday. Doors will open up at 6 p.m. My show will start at 7. We have some surprises, and I don't want to reveal the surprises just yet. But this show is going to represent blues and jazz. But it'll represent it in a way where it'll be in a speakeasy, intimate setting. And I'm actually going to have it where you will feel as though I'm only singing to you. It's going to be very...
I love that. I love that. It's such a special... That's such a special space there, too. So I can envision it now. That's going to be so much fun. And is it all ages?
It's going to be 21 and older for now. We have it's BYOB. You bring your wine, beer, beverages, finger foods. We'll bring those as well. We will have the ticket sales are from $15 for general admission up to $30. We'll have a VIP lounge area so you can sit.
Yeah, so you'll be at an actual table, guys. This is a very intimate setting.
Right.
You're going to be transported to the jazz club. I really, really can't wait.
Right.
So I'm so excited. I'm so excited to hear you and just to continue to watch your journey unfold in Lancaster, because like you said, it's a wonderful community to be in, and they haven't seen anything yet.
They haven't seen anything yet. I am ready. I am so motivated to do this, to this town, and maybe to Pennsylvania. I mean, I'm thinking Philadelphia, I'm thinking New Jersey, New York, one day just to expand the show.
Yes, and that's what also I love about Lancaster too. It's so easy to get to some of these other bigger cities and just showcase your talent. Yes. So I love it. Okay, so before we go, what's next? What if you wanted to describe your sound in one sentence for our friends, which is hard to do because I just say powerhouse. This woman is a powerhouse. That's all you need to know.
One sentence I would describe myself. Let's see, smoother than an evening martini.
Yes.
So that's what
we all love our nightcap martinis. So you guys please come out and support Melanie Verdi, Big Mama and the Velvet Martinis, May 13th at Mulberry Arts Studio. I will be there. I cannot wait. Thank you so much for spending time with me and inspiring me and so many fellow creatives to keep dreaming.
Thank you. And thank you for having me.
Of course.
Thank you
this
so
will
much,
not
Courtney.
be the last time. We're just getting started here. Stay tuned. And let our friends know too where we can find you on social media, all that jazz.
Perfect.
It's Big Mama, it's music, and the Velvet Martinis.
Yes. So if you would like to look at us on Instagram, Facebook, our website, it will be Big Mama and the Velvet Martinis. We're out there.
All right. Until next time, guys. Keep grooving.